So let's do the hands-on for the AWS CDK pipeline. In this hands-on, we will run the CDK commands to build a pipeline. We will build a CI/CD pipeline that automatically creates an S3 bucket triggered by a git push to GitHub repository. To run this in an environment-independent way, we will use the Cloud shell as much as possible. And the prerequisite for this hands-on is having a GitHub account. So let's get started. First, let's configure the GitHub. I have already created an empty GitHub repository named the My Full Stack project, and we also need to set up the token to connect the GitHub from the AWS environment. So we're gonna create the generate a new token with the classic, and I'm gonna name as the AWS CDK hands-on token, and I will set the expiration days to 30 days, and I will select the repo and the workflow scopes and create the token. So I will set the token, and this token will be our password to connecting the GitHub. So going to the AWS secret manager, and I'm gonna manually store the secret value to update the token which I've created earlier. So I will show you how to set this token in the AWS secret manager from the command line later. So now that the GitHub repository and the token are set, and we're going to use the Cloud shell to set up the CDK pipeline. Then open the Cloud shell in a new tab, and first we're going to configure the npm to prevent the writing to system directory and install in our home directory. Then I'm going to just copy and paste the command, and click on the enter to install the npm. So next we're gonna reflect the setting in the terminal and configure the GitHub. Firstly, I'm gonna set the name of the Git and also the mail address. Okay. Next, we're gonna store the token we got earlier in the secret manager, and the command is I'm gonna copy paste the AWS and secret manager and the name as the GitHub token and the secret string. Then after that, please copy and paste the GHP token to here. Then I have already done this manually, so I'm gonna skip this step. So next we're gonna set up the project. Then we're gonna set up the GitHub repository on Cloud shell and create a CDK project. Then firstly, we will git clone the repository we created, and setting the account name, and set the password. And for the password, do not use the GitHub login password, and use the token we just created. In my case, and copy and paste password and click. So the clone will then execute it. So we're gonna type cd into the empty repository, the full stack repository, the cd. And then we initialize the CDK project using the CDK, the init app, and the language with a TypeScript, and click on. The initialization will take a little time. So if you see the all done message, it means it has initialized successfully. So now we're gonna modify the file in the lib directory, and we're gonna do this directly in the Cloud shell. And first, we will modify the application stack file, and I'm gonna copy and paste the code, the first three remove the stack file, click on, and again I'm gonna copy and paste to my browser and nano the my full stack project stack.ts file, and click on the enter. And then I'm gonna directly input the code, the TypeScript code here. I'm gonna copy the TypeScript code and paste it into the browser, and clicking on the Control O and enter and Control X. So I will repeat this process. Next, I will create the deploy stage file, and the same way I'm gonna copy and paste the code. So copy my TypeScript code and paste it in the browser, and the Control O, enter, the Control X, again. Next, nano lib file, the pipeline stack.ts. We're clicking on copy the code, the TypeScript code, the paste into the browser, and we will modify the existing the entry point, the remove at first, and on the same way paste the nano and paste the code directly to the browser, and Control X and Y, enter. So all the preparations are complete. Now we will run the CDK, the bootstrap, to create the necessary initial resources in our AWS account. Clicking on the CDK bootstrap. So after about a minute, you will see the check mark for the bootstrap, and internally this is linked to the CloudFormation. If you're gonna the CloudFormation service page, you will see the CDK toolkit stack is create complete. So back in the Cloud Shell, so we're gonna deploy the pipeline. We run the CDK deploy pipeline, and click on the enter. So now you can see that do you wish to deploy these changes, and why on N, yes or no. And before doing that, scroll up a little bit, and you can find around here the synthesis time is the 19.72 seconds. After the synthesis, the pipeline stack deployment begins, and it shows the changes, some resources changes. So scrolling down to the bottom and clicking on the Y and press enter, and this will also take some time. So now, after about a couple of minutes, the pipeline stack is created in the CloudFormation console. And now to go to the code pipeline and service page, and you can see our new pipeline is in progress, and the stages are the source, the build, and updating the pipeline, asset, and deploy. So after about 7 minutes in my environment, all 5 stages, the source, build, the update pipeline, asset, and the deploy stage, this should show that completed. And a key feature of the CDK pipeline is the update pipeline, the self-mutate stage, and this stage allows the pipeline to update itself. So next we'll make a git push to update the pipeline again, and back in the Cloud Shell, and we will perform the git push command. And firstly, I'm gonna enter the git add, and the second I'm gonna do the git commit, and then I'm gonna do the git push origin, and enter my username, and then input the password. And so as soon as the git push is done, and you will see the code pipeline start running again, and beginning with the source and the build stages, the git push triggered this new execution. So after about 5 minutes, all stages of the update are complete. So this concludes the hands-on for the CDK pipeline. And finally, we will delete all the unnecessary resources. The pipeline creates the S3 bucket, and also the CDK pipeline creates its own S3 bucket for the artifact. So please empty these buckets and then delete them. In the CloudFormation, there are 3 stacks created by this hands-on, and you can delete these. The stacks are linked to the code pipeline, so deleting the stacks will also delete the code pipeline. And back in the Cloud shell, and we're gonna cleaning up the CDK stuff, and go into the project directory and run the CDK destroy all to delete everything. And it will ask you for the confirmation, and type Y and enter. And finally, which deletes the repository from the Cloud shell. So that's all for the explanation.